Hi, welcome to Worthy Wednesdays with Latresa. I am your host, Latresa Rice, your mindset coach. I help bereaved Christians regain hope by rediscovering their identity and healing through writing. I'm glad that you all are here. Let me know you're here. You can put a purple heart in the comment section. Let me know that you're here. If you are catching this recording on replay, like you just drove on by, let me know that you came by. Put hashtag replay in the comment section so that I'm able to greet you. Again, I am Latresa Rice, your mindset coach. I help bereaved Christians regain hope by rediscovering their identity and healing through writing. Today, we are talking about 3 reasons you can be confident while writing your story. 3 reasons you can be confident while writing your story. Sometimes when you're going through, it's hard to even see your way out. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're going through and people say things to you like, it won't be like this always, but you're feeling like, yeah, but this weight right here is so heavy. I miss my loved one so much. This is so heavy that I can't even think about that statement right now. Thank you for encouraging me, but right now I can't even think about it. And it's hard to feel confident that you will make it through, that you're actually going to come out. But there are 3 reasons that you can be confident and write your story. Writing, we talked about this before, and I want to briefly reiterate. Writing is another aspect in the healing process. And so God is the one who ultimately heals. But there's a part of your healing process that can be very powerful if you activate it. And that has to do with writing and really writing your story. The things that you've gone through, you've learned some things along the way. Because again, if we are royalty, we're saying we're part of a royal priesthood, then that means that as kings or as queens and all that type of stuff, there are some things that you have. There's some blessings that you get, and whatever you're doing is prospering, right? So even in the struggle that you're dealing with, even in the pain that you may be experiencing from the loss of the loved one, there's something of gain. There's somewhere that you prosper. When we're talking about prospering, we're talking about gaining something that's going to help us along our journey. And in that process of you gaining something, whether you gain some insight for things from that loved one. For example, one of the things I'm so grateful that I gained from my grandmother was how to make that homemade apple pie. I absolutely loved her homemade apple pie, and she blessed me with that. So there, even in that process, there's something that you gain. And sometimes we focus on the negative, but the more you focus on that negative aspect, the more you experience the negative, the pain in that. The more you experience the negativity, right? So we got to look at what was the gain, what was the areas where we prospered. So the first reason that you can be confident as you're writing your story is, one, know that God chose you. So put in the comment section, God chose me, right? I can be confident in writing my story because God chose me. I'm not a mistake. When you think about the process of someone even conceiving, is a miracle in itself, because the body, the defense mechanism of the body is better than the Spartans. When you think about the historically, it's better than that. The body's defense mechanism is immense. Listen, some come up in that body, your body is rallying all the troops and attacking that thing head on, okay? So guess what? The mere fact that you are born, that you are walking this earth, is an indication that God has a purpose for you and a plan for your life, and he chose you to walk out this story. Sometimes we want to ask God, why me? Especially if you had so many hard experiences or you experienced some tragic losses. It's like, you know what? Thank you for life, God, but some of these things, could you have put it somewhere else? And at the same time, keep in mind that if you're asking them to put it somewhere else, then there's some blessings that you got in that process that you're not looking at right now that you would receive, right? For example, when I think about myself and I think about 2020 and I think about the loss of my grandmother, and then roughly a month later, the loss of my husband due to COVID-19. And I remember, like, Lord, why me? We've only been married 5 months. Are you kidding me? Why me? But at the same time, I have to look at the other parts. Wait a minute. If I had never met him, if we had never gotten married or even engaged in this courtship, there's a level of love that I may have not received or may not have experienced. I may still have difficulty seeing what's love and what's not, right? So let's keep in mind there's some sort of blessing even in the experience. The pain sometimes clouds your view. So the first thing I want you to put in the comment section, this is your first reason for being confident in writing your story, is God chose you. He chose you for it. He chose you to walk out this story. He chose you to carry these solutions to whatever the issue is that you are addressing in your story. The second thing that I want you to put in that comment section, the second reason you can be confident while writing your story is you are connected to him. What? Okay, what does that mean? Because sometimes we go through loss and we feel disconnected from God because sometimes we feel we are upset with God. Let's just be real. I'm not going to pretend and act like I've never been upset with God. If you have a loving parent and your parent is just simply amazing, there is something that parent did that got on your nerves at one point in time. Otherwise, if you're going to tell me there's nothing that ever got on your nerves. you constantly ask the parent, can you go spend the night at your friend's house? And that parent said, no, that didn't get on your nerves. If it didn't get on your nerves, baby, I'm questioning you. We've all had a moment where we've either had an attitude with the parent. We may have talked back. There are different things that may have occurred. God is the ultimate parent. He is the sovereign Lord. He is our Father. And just like when you may have an attitude or you may deal with things with your natural parent, you may have those type of feelings when it comes to your spiritual parent or when it comes to God, right? So keep in mind, you are still connected to him. He didn't disown you because you had an attitude. Your parent didn't disown you because you had an attitude, right? Let you have your moment. Go ahead and have your moment, baby. And when you're ready, you come back and pray about it. Let's talk, okay? So that's the thing. So you're still connected to him. Even in the midst of pain, even in the midst of loss, you're connected to him. So the second reason you can be confident while writing your story is you're connected to the one who gave it to you, which means you have an opportunity to not write it in and of yourself or be alone in the writing process. You have the master writing with you. Why not ask him for his help? You can be confident in writing your story because you can go to the source of the story and ask for help in the process and allow him to use you in flowing and birthing this book and birthing that story, right? So your first reason for being confident while writing your story is knowing that God chose you. Your second reason is because you are connected to God. You're connected to him. And your third reason for being confident while writing your story is recognizing that you are an original masterpiece. You have to remind yourself, sometimes we are so down and so hurt from the loss that we struggle to feel the fact that we are actually significant, that we're still here because we have a purpose. We have a greater purpose that we need to fulfill. Sometimes when we lose a loved one, we feel like, why you didn't take me? Why am I still here? Well, there's something that you have to do. And so your life keeping your life here was necessary. So now you have to operate and remind yourself of who you are. You are an original masterpiece. Everything about you, God already knew beforehand, and he formed you the way he desired you to be. And you can be confident in writing your story knowing that your story is original. It's not a copy of anybody else because nobody else can be you. It's not a copy of somebody else's life or anything like that because God uniquely designed you to be you. He uniquely gave you the solutions to whatever you're writing about in your story to help those people who are going to read it. So you can be confident because you're an original masterpiece. You can be confident because he chose you for this, and you can be confident because you're connected to him. So I hope you all have been blessed on tonight. Again, I am Latresa Rice, your mindset coach. I help bereaved Christians regain hope by rediscovering their identity and healing through writing. Let's write, let's heal, and let's embrace the royal you. If this has been a blessing to you, please let me know what you felt about things that you heard on tonight. Also, if you have started writing your story and for whatever reason you feel stuck in the writing process, you feel like I can't think of what else to write next, I encourage you to attend my free masterclass taking place on March 26th at 2 p.m. If you're interested in that, put a comment in a comment box that says tell me more, and I'll make sure I send you the link so that you can join that free masterclass. It's at 2 p.m. It's called Writer's Block Removal. You don't want to miss it. I look forward to seeing you there. Have an amazing night, and I'll talk to you all soon.